mean by biohacking?
Sounds like a big, fancy scientific word, but it's as simple as can be. So the institute I direct is the oldest in the world for advanced thinking and healthcare. So 70 years anniversary this year. And so we have worked with 1 million people at the institute, and our medical team has observed these people and what makes people live long, healthy lives and prevent cancers and heart disease and strokes and all the other nasty stuff like diabetes. And we've also now figured out what to impose upon those patterns of death and dying, to hack into them, to stop it, cut down the tree before it grows nasty fruit. And so what we have learned is biohacking is a way for the future. And sadly, 99% of doctors, holistic or not, don't teach you this. They're in the old merry-go-round rat race of teaching you about what to do, what to take, rather than what you can personally do to prolong your life, reduce, and even reverse disease.
Okay. Why aren't we getting that information, and what information just generally should we be getting from our doctors? Because you're right in what you're saying.
Yeah, well, doctors, unfortunately, are so stressed. People are sicker than ever. We may live longer, but we're sicker than we've ever been, and there's no question about that. Per capita, Americans are sicker than any other country on the planet Earth. We spend double the amount of money in health care. Shame on us. And so the poor doctor is exhausted. The poor doctor's hands are tied. Most of you don't know there's something called the standard of practice. If the medical doctor steps out of the standard of practice, she or he is chastised, and even worse than that. So they've got to do the same old thing, even though the same old thing has risen to the number 3 killer in the United States. Now let me repeat this, Valder, so you get what I'm saying. So out of all the things that kill Americans, the number 3 is going to a doctor or a pharmacist. Now how dare us call this a healthcare system? It's a disease management system. So they're trained in disease management. What your doctor needs to do is figure out in her own life, his own life, what is it that's going to make them healthier and happier? What's going to prevent the diseases? And once they personally experience what I've done in my own life for 56 years, working with hundreds of thousands of people, they realize this is what they've got to teach to their patients. It's not about, the word doctor comes from the word educator. And boy, that's far from where it is today. It should be dictator, not educator. And they pretty much make you subservient. You have this problem, you take this pill. Have that problem. Not saying pills don't come into the answer some of the time, but rare. It's really what made you sick. It's a lifestyle choice that made you sick. Could be an emotional problem. And as you said, you're married to a man that is happy, probably in part because he loves you and you're an affirmative individual. But how about if you're in a bad marriage? You think that may make you sick, may give you a heart attack, may make you overeat? Well, I know it does, because these are the things we've trained people over the last 70 years, 1 million people. And when we change those results, we biohack into their mindset, they actually get better. And the average life expectancy in this century is going to go well beyond 140 years. You say that sounds futuristic. It's not. We currently have that information out of University of Southern California, out of Harvard University, out of Oxford University, out of Loma Linda University. These are really the database things that we should be taught as patients, as people. We're not, because the average doctor is not following it. She is following the old script, which doesn't work.
Today I'm talking to Dr. Brian Clemens. He's a PhD. Dr. Clemens, tell me about your institute, because it sounds fascinating. It just makes my little heart flutter.
Well, a lot of people get in their cars and trucks from Dallas and they drive down to us. We have a lot of Texans all of the time. We're in West Palm Beach now, and we've been there for 40 years this year. It's our 70th anniversary, Hippocrates, our 40th year in Florida, and people come in and check into one of our programs. We have everything from a metabolic program for people like I used to be, overweight, and people who have diabetes, to cancer programs who are facing that disease, to Alzheimer's dementia programs. Yes, we help with that. They tell you there's no hope. Wait until you meet the people who have had help doing that. To our life transformation program. And when you check in there, our objective is to get you to a point where you know so much you don't need us or anyone else. You go back home and you and your family now know the roadmap to the future, to a long life without disease, without suffering, without pain, without the economic stress, without the pill popping. And this is something we have proven now, time and time again, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people later, Velda. This is not a theory in our case. We invented lifestyle medicine.
I'm not going to ask you the proverbial question, how come we don't hear more of this?
You know what the answer is. It's a big business, big money, and government's in bed. I don't care what side they're on, they're all in bed with these boys that want to take money out of your pocket and keep you down. The Rolling Stones had a song years ago, "Under My Thumb, Man, Are We Under the Thumb."
Okay, I'm going to take this one from my audience is on multiple platforms. And also, too, you're talking to the right audience through my show. My audience is made of people born between 1946 and 1964. We call them baby boomers.
Yeah.
And Generation X, which is their children because they have now become 50 and over.
Yeah.
And so I've got a whole lot of questions. Can't take them all. I hear you. I see you guys out there. But one of the questions is, they feel that sugar is killing Americans.
It is killing people. I mean, it eats holes in your teeth. What do you think it does to your brain nervous system? One of the worst medicine drugs on the planet. They put it in food intentionally to get you and your children and everyone you know addicted to it. So to get in touch with us at hippocrateswellness.org is the first step. So it's HIPPOCRATES wellness.org, or get in that truck and car and come down and visit us. Velda, it's a pleasure to be with you and your audience. I hope they wake up and become what they should be, what God intended for them to be. Functional, happy people. Be well.
I thank you, and I will support you.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.